Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Game Bros Station for a Game Bros cast and another DuckTales Season 2 review. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, it's a party, folks. I'm your host, Mark, and Jared is not here. He's down in the depths of the ocean, probably lost forever. But Matt's here.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Wait a minute. You're not a doctor. Your name's not even Nick. Huh.
Sorry, my mouth was full of bullshit.
Well, also coffee. Well, hey, depending on the type of coffee, it may be. But enough jokes about that. We're here to review episode 25 of DuckTales.
And before we get into that, be sure to subscribe, give us a like if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/GameBroStation to support us if you like things like this.
Yep, just a simple $1 a month. And you can join us on this review of DuckTales for The Depths of Cousin Fethry.
Episode 2, I believe?
Episode 2 of Season 2. 25 total.
Nice.
Yeah. In this episode, Huey and Louie overhear a tin can rattling on Scrooge's desk, which is Donald's cousin Fethry, who is down deep in Scrooge's undersea lab from the 60s. Because, I don't know, it seems like there was a lot of, sea lab stuff in the 60s. I think that's kind of the joke.
Yeah. Well, I think, not to get into history too much right now, but I think at that point of history, technology really started to up its game, especially with, space travel now.
Yeah.
They were able to incorporate some of that into underwater discoveries. Mm-hmm. So that's probably it.
Anyway, Scrooge and Donald want nothing to do with it because Cousin Fethry is crazy and, weird. And hey, there's one in every family. Am I right, folks? But Louie and Huey, feeling this call of adventure and the chance to have a creature named after, Louie, basically.
I thought it was Dewey.
Dewey. Yeah, Louie's not in this episode. Louie, you had last week. Go. Just go.
Take a break.
You earned it. You deserve it. Decide to answer the tin can call, steal the submarine with Launchpad, and journey out into the middle of an ocean for an underwater adventure. All the while, Launchpad meets his long-lost flame, Oceana.
Which was funny because I mentioned you between episodes. I was like, wait, was she mentioned before? And I realized I was thinking of the one when they went to China.
Right. Launchpad's been around.
He has. That dog.
Mm-hmm. So they meet Cousin Fethry and his doppelganger. That's just, the clothes rack bucket with a face painted on it that scares away pirates. And it works because there's never been any pirates.
That's true.
They journey deep down in an underwater aquavator down to the sea lab, stopping midway at the observatory where Fethry picks up some luminescent shrimp that he's, trained kind of and has his team at the research facility.
Very fond of,
all the while being attacked by giant sea worms. That mutated sea worms from the aqua events that, just want some affection. And Huey kisses one.
With a very endearing close-up.
It was really this is true love.
There was a chain of saliva.
Yeah, it was ugh.
Hide your kids, everyone.
Look, I've seen some stuff, and got dangerously close, folks. But they get out of it through the power of love, compassion, and warm hugs. Yes, hugs, only hugs. Then they make it down almost to the lab, but it then the rope gets cut off. With Fethry commenting on Uncle Scrooge, quite honestly, not putting much maintenance in the place.
No, apparently not.
Apparently not, because apparently I don't even think the scientists are there anymore. I think they literally just dished Fethry in this facility.
Yeah, they did.
Where we ultimately find out Fethry is nothing more than a janitor and not this brilliant, eccentric scientist that Huey thought he was. And pretty much, Huey's now... Well, at first he was worried he's going to be crazy, weird, eccentric in that genius way, but now he's just realizing Fethry's kind of just weird.
Yeah.
They're attacked by a creepy monster of the deep, only to discover the most shocking thing at all. It's one of Fethry's shrimp, mutated and is a giant bioluminescent wonder who is trying to save them from toxic radiation.
It's a lobster.
It's a shrimp. Well, now it's a giant. It looks like, really, imagine a rave crossed with that Ebra or whatever from Godzilla, the giant shrimp monster.
Which, again, not to get all scientifical here, but aren't lobsters and quail kind of in the same family at one point?
Quail?
Isn't that what they were called? Krill. But you know what I'm talking about,
You said
right?
quail.
Yeah, I know.
Quail's a bird.
I don't care.
Okay.
But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. They're all crustaceans.
Crustaceans. Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the krill saves them, and Fethry's so happy because it's just his friend, and, they learn that, being weird isn't bad.
Yeah.
And Fethry goes off to become a scientist with his new giant shrimp friend.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which, it was kind of weird. We're going to give our impressions of the episode in a moment here, but I thought originally the giant... I'm going to say quail again.
Yeah.
the giant shrimp lobster thingy.
Yeah.
I actually thought originally it was just protecting its, nest of eggs.
Something like that.
I had a feeling like they were accidentally disturbing that.
Yeah.
And that's why the giant monster was like, no, stop it.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, oh, no, it's just a friend trying to save you.
Yeah, it was kind of an interesting twist at the end of the day. But that's really about it. We find Launchpad. Launchpad comes out of the ocean in full-on, Aquaman armor with a trident and an eel on his arm, bidding farewell to Oceania, and says he saw some sea things. And that's really kind of how the episode ends. It's really... And Launchpad's like, what happened to you guys? And he just sees the shrimp going away. He's like, wow. That's kind of it. So not really much of a meat and potatoes episode, I suppose, especially with overarching story, but kind of fun overall. We did get to see Fethry make his first animated debut.
Tom Kenny, you the man.
Tom Kenny brings it home the crazy. Well, he has to because Ice King's no longer a thing.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
But yeah, Tom Kenny really made the episode in many ways. It just goes to show you what a voice actor can really bring to a character and a episode overall. But Matt, your thoughts on it?
So I don't know if this is a standout episode in terms of story or really character growth for the main kids or anything.
Yeah.
But I think for me, my biggest takeaway from this is I really love the atmosphere of this episode.
Oh yeah, you feel the dark depths, really.
I don't know if it's just because I was playing Evil Within 2 and watching a few other horror-based games or whatever, things like that. Mm-hmm. Looking at the aesthetics of what the characters were going through, trying to move the story along. It's I don't know, I just really thought the art directors in this episode did a fantastic job.
Oh yeah.
As well as setting up the pillars of the mutant volcanic thing. I just thought it was really well done.
Yeah, no, visually this was one of those standout episodes. Almost an exact opposite of the golf episode with the ponies. In terms of, because that had a very strong art style, but it was very much more bright and things. This was really the opposite, but it really had captured the tone I think they were going for very well. So yeah, and Cousin Fethry's fun. I kind of hope he comes back.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
I'm sure he will. I mean, you don't get Tom Kenny for nothing.
I also love the running gag they were doing with him. It's he could be a bad guy. But no, he's just
they kept teasing did he go mad under this thing? No, he's just that crazy relative that everyone has.
Eccentric.
Yeah. And really, that's really kind of just about it. Like we said, this isn't an episode where we're diving in too much depth. Maybe Huey's a little concerned with how...
I just got the pun you made.
Maybe... What, I made a pun?
Yeah, we didn't get too much into depth.
Oh, boom. It's even in the title, too. Oh, Christ.
Anyway, carry on.
Maybe Huey being a little more aware of his own quirks and, not to judge people based on that even.
I agree.
And, overall, really fun. That's kind of about it, really. There's not... This is definitely one of those episodes where it's this was just the fun, here's the plot of the week episodes for your Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And in that way, it was really actually kind of fun.
Or the commonly used phrase, monster of the week.
Yeah, except this monster was a friend.
Yeah, he was a good old friend.
Mm-hmm. Well, we hope you're our friends, or even if you're not, dislike, give us a comment. Do you like giant shrimp? Do you glow in the dark? Are you bioluminescent? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll be back next week to review next week's episode of DuckTales.
Woohoo! And don't forget that Patreon, folks.
Don't forget it. And as we like to say, to be continued.